Once you've completed your base drawing, your next step is to start to make some changes. The way you're going to do that is put a piece of tracing paper on top of your original drawing. So we always keep your original drawing, nothing will happen to that. And you can trace the original, but make changes to it. So I might look at this mouse and decide that I would like to have the tail look a little bit different, or maybe I want the ears a little bit different. So on this one, I'm going to play around with the tail and the ears. So the regular base drawing is going to stay much the same, like this. So I'm going to carefully trace, and it's important that you're carefully tracing each time so you don't lose the integrity of your original drawing, which is your best effort. So you can trace the other part as it is. Get these little feet in here. His little belly. And his leg comes around. But once you get to the point that you want to change, that's where you make the adjustment. So here, I'm going to take the tail, and rather than having the tail curve around like this, I'm going to make the tail stick up. So I'm going to go like this. I'm going to, let's see, it'll go up and over like this. So that's how I want to change the tail. And I want to change the ears also. I want to make the ears really tall, big old ears. A little cartoonish. And we'll make these really big and tall. Now you can see that some of these lines, I've overlapped. You can just go right in there with that tracing paper and erase out the lines that you don't want. The tracing paper is very forgiving for erasing. That. Okay, so I just made a few changes on that drawing, but then let's take a look and move this one out of the way so you can see the new drawing. Okay, I'll show you another one. Come back here, we've got our base drawing. We put a new piece of tracing paper on, like this. I'm going to zoom out a little bit. Let's go like that so you can see a little further away there. Okay, so now for this one, I'm going to have a little fun with it. I'm going to make the legs really long. That. And this leg is going to come around like this. And this one's going to come down here. That belly's going to come right around here. The tail, I'm going to change the tail too. I'm going to make the tail go straight up, pointy. Okay, then I'm going to make the back come around. I think I'll keep those same ears. Little eye around the face. Okay, and that's how I changed that one. So let's take a look at what that one looks like. There's that little guy. Okay, you can see he or she has a tail. Now because I changed it, there's a missing leg here. So I'm going to go ahead and add a little leg from the back down in here. Okay, so now I've got a little mouse here. Now I can start to make other changes as well. So once I get to this point, maybe I like this mouse and I decide I want to do some more to it. So then I can take another paper, go on top of this mouse, and I can make even more changes. Maybe I decide I want this mouse to have a much bigger eye and big eyelashes. Maybe I'm going to make this mouse's ears just a little bit taller. There's a little nose. Maybe I'm going to give this mouse some whiskers that are sticking out here. that tail that goes way up. And maybe I want to do something funny, I don't know, maybe I'll put a bow on this mouse's head. So I can start to think about adding things in. And again, I can erase where I need to. But I'm working on the tracing paper, so I can make lots of adjustments. If I'm not sure if I want to put something on there, I can put another layer of tracing paper on top and play around with it. Maybe I want to see what it looks like if I put an apron on my mouse. My mouse is wearing a little apron that has flowers on the bottom. Maybe my mouse is a cooking mouse. Maybe in one hand my mouse is holding a rolling pin. So instead of having this foot down here, I might decide that I would like this leg of the mouse to bend like this. And this mouse is holding a rolling pin. This is a mouse who's making some cookies. And then the rest can still be the same. And back up here where the tail is. So you can see how you can make changes in there. I'm going to put that little bow in there. And the ears. And those whiskers. Okay, so you can see you can put lots of different changes into your drawing, and then when you're finished you'll have many different versions that you can look at and think about of what you would like to use for the final. So we had our original one. Let's look at this. There's our original mouse, and let's go all the way back here so we can see. And then these are all new options. Let's move them this way so we can see them all. There's 4 new options, or 3 new options actually. There's the original, and then we made a couple changes as we went.